For some of you, you will find this person come back into your life, but I think that first you're going to have to make some adjustments with regard to what you believe. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm just reading today with two decks. One is the Golden Thread Tarot, which was sent to me by Gong. She is the designer of the deck. She's a lovely lady in New York, and I love the deck. It's all gold leaf and foil, and it's just so fun to read with. It's definitely become my favorite deck that was published this year. The second deck that I'm using for this month's reading is Tarot of the Asians. But it's in German because my friend Judith sent it to me. Hi Judith. And so she was very kind to help me get it because it's kind of expensive if you buy it here, but in Germany we picked it up pretty cheap. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this month's reading, and take care of yourselves. Have a nice May. Lots of trines over us in May. I'm not doing astrology with the tarot this month, but next month we're going to get back into it, and hopefully I'll be able to post just an astrology overview for the spring soon. So yeah, take care, and let's begin the show. Hey Taurus, and thanks for joining me. This is your reading for May 2016. I'm excited to read for you. This is Gong's Golden Thread Tarot, and it's so beautiful and so fun to read. So far, all the reads that I've gotten off of it have been very positive and uplifting. So let's take a look at the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we see the Devil, which is representative of Capricorn. This is a sister sign to you, so the Devil in your respect at the bottom of the deck doesn't necessarily mean bad things. You may not be aware of some of the circumstances around you, or you may be falling into habits, but it also signs that there is a very positive time for you to enjoy yourself, have fun with friends, and other pleasurable activities. So this is about cutting loose. So far, the cards for May 2016 have been very positive, so I anticipate that the next cards will be good as well. So we have the Ace of Discs, the Four of Wands, the Sun, Three of Wands, the Lovers, Six of Swords, the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Star, and the Hierophant. So overall, Taurus, it looks like you're leading to good places. The Hierophant is your card, or the card that your sign manages. So you grow into yourself, finding community, moving on to better places, and more peaceful environments. You in the situation feel really lit with lots of energy, giving you, boundless energy and hope and positivity. The Star is what you're wishing for. You're wishing for your soulmate to come in, but I think it's going to be a little bit of time before you do so. You're going to, for those of you who are with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, this might be the signal of marriage or a marriage proposal coming through at the end of the month. At the top of the reading, we see the Ace of Discs, so that at the beginning of the month, you may be unaware of that coming through for you, but as the month wears on, the world adjusts for you, and you may find a place where you find success and happiness through your experiences. Overall, I think that the energy is balanced. There's quite a few trumps, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like the other signs, a month in which you are a bystander of the experiences around you. So you're going by and seeing the things around you happen, and you are the participant in in something that is already set in place. I think that there's an opportunity for you to travel somewhere, and I think that you will take it if you are given that opportunity. There, you will see some rewards coming to you from someone who cares about you quite a bit, someone who's quite protective over you. I think that you're going to see a new vision with regard to your relationships and family. This is the Two of Wands here. Also, with regard to your personal relationships, there may be a balancing out of energy between yourself and your partner. Here we see the sun. Sun in a reading always promises joy, celebration, happiness, new relationships. With the Ace of Discs and the Sun and the Four of Wands, there's a strong suggestion that some of you might be getting pregnant at the beginning of the month. And it might take some time for you to become aware of that. So maybe you're going to have a Capricorn baby, and you are still unaware, and you become aware at the beginning of May that you are with child. This will, if you are pregnant, then this will cause you to make certain changes with regard to your life. It may make you settle down and commit to something or someone that you feel is an appropriate choice. This will be a positive reward for smart choices that will reinforce and support you through your pregnancy and through married life, etc. So it's going to be a very balanced choice, and it's not one that promises, I think that there's appreciation and that type of love, but it's not, you're not getting married based on just love feelings. You're getting married based on what is a smart choice and smart deliberation about what you need to do given the circumstances that you've been given. I think that you will be happy to take a small trip with your partner also, or with a loved one. This is a great month in which you can have some kind of excursion. I think you're hoping for an over-the-top kind of experience, one that really, is transformative. And I think for many of you it will be. I think that it's worthwhile for you to invest your resources in taking some kind of trip and breaking the mold of your day-to-day life. You in the situation is the King of Wands, which is really funny. You kind of feel as though you've achieved everything that you want to achieve, and you are very benevolent towards other people around you. I think that you're becoming a good leader with regard to community, and that really is closely tied to your vision of success. And so therefore you'll be able to communicate effectively how people can manage their circumstances and improve upon what they have. So here we see the Four of Wands, which is coming together with family and friends. There's a new beginning for you, which is the Ace of Wands. That's in the crown chakra, so this is the energy that is guiding your life. In the meantime, you're spending time with family and friends while a new beginning has already begun for you. Some of you may be moving because of this new beginning. There might be a new job, a new opportunity for you somewhere else. This might be an opportunity to be a teacher and to be a role model for others. And in the meantime, you'll have some time to settle down with family and friends and enjoy each other's company and find joy and celebration in the process of doing so. And I think that you'll feel really bonded with your family at this time. I think that the devil can also represent that in this month you're moving forward to new opportunities and saying goodbye to old commitments and old lifestyle. This is going to lead you to possibly marriage, moving on from your family home to a new home with a partner. If you do so, then that marriage will be very successful. But I think that you'll be sort of blocking out the home that you're leaving behind. And that's okay too, because life is transition, and ultimately the Six of Swords suggests that the decisions you're making are smart ones. I think that there is a balance here between happiness, which is a very calm level of happiness, and the vision about the potential with regard to new opportunities that are there for you. I think you're afraid to find yourself in different places. I think you're afraid of getting lost in the world. And I think that that's going to propel you to make some choices to bond with a community as soon as you possibly can. And so, I think that maybe some reward has come to you from some effort that you've put into the past, particularly if you've worked in other people's homes up to now, or like as a babysitter or cleaner or any kind of work like that. You may find that you've now reached a point where you can move and use the savings that you made from that, or the contacts in some way, to propel yourself forward. With this ace here, there's a real suggestion that there's so many different paths you can take in May, Taurus, and you need to really figure out which path is suitable for you and what you want to achieve. I think that overall you're filled with happiness, you're filled with joy, and I think that that is really pushing you forward to make certain decisions. It feels as though you've got yourself in the place that you want to be, and life is good for you, and it's embracing you, and you're finding joy within it. I think this is really in line with like a goal, a set of goals, or some ideals that you have set into play. So you may have like a long-term strategy that you're pursuant of. All the roads point to the Hierophant, which talks about teaching and forming community with other people. There may be a great reward from the things you have done that will leave you in as a major authority figure. A King of Wands is really trying to get your attention and trying to sway you to go in this direction. So he has a great amount of influence and interest in getting you there. It feels like it's a safety net of sorts. So you can try to go in a different direction, but I think ultimately you will see that the smartest choice is to go with the King of Wands. If you're the King of Wands, then your smartest choice is to go with the community. And I think that in numbers you find safety, so you're kind of welcomed and ushered away to a more structural organization or set of rules or something like that. I think that you change your perspective about what people are and what people mean to you. And I think that that really centers on your conception of family, relationships, and friends. Overall, when you have so many trumps in a reading, this is just you going through the things that are been given to you, and there's enough room or lower arcana for you to make certain personal decisions, but the majority of trumps says that these events are going to happen. They're there for you. There's an emphasis on family, there's an emphasis on happiness, there's an emphasis on coming together and forming a community, and of course there's an emphasis on soulmates and serendipitous relationships that are meant to happen. So I think that you sit back and you enjoy the ride. I think you recognize what's going on, and you're like, I don't have to think any deeper. I can remain superficial because there's a certain path that I am taking. And I can swim against the current, or I can go with the current, and I think that you choose to go with the current in this case. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to read for you with the Tarot of the Asians. Just hold on one sec. Hello, and thank you for joining me. This is a reading for Taurus. Sorry, I just did Capricorn for May 2016. And I'm using Tarot of the Asians. It's in German because I got it from Germany. And I really enjoy it. Oops, we have Capricorn that just jumped out. That's the devil. And that came up also in the other reading. So I think that it's really important for you guys to be really aware of the things that are happening around you. Let's pull some cards for the reading. You're not quite clear on what's going on around you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So here we see Ace of Swords. There's some kind of communication that's coming through, and it's going to be possibly a contract, possibly something for you to sign, or some kind of message that's really important for you to hear. I feel as though that this may open your eyes to certain things and give you awareness about other things in relating to, your situation. Let's have a look. I think that this is really about the state of being aware. So here we see the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. We see the Strength card and the New Aeon, Page of Discs in the past, and the World in the future. So you're really broadening your horizons. There I am. Hello. Here, I'll hold. These are so... the Lovers is here, so you're finding some kind of loving relationship. And we have the Tower here, the Ace of Cups, and Seven of Swords. Okay. I think you're going to remove yourself from a specific situation. You're going to take distance from a situation in order to figure out your path within it. I think that you are returning home or returning to some family situation that is more dependable than what you are getting in the current situation. I think that has to do with a lack of confidence and a lack of determination. Not confidence, your own personal confidence, but there's been a lack of proof to believe what you are meant to believe. And there's been a lot of pressure on you to not believe the circumstance that once meant a lot to you. What crosses the Five of Swords is a misplaced focus. So I think that you're expecting more of a jovial time. What you're getting back is a form of love, but it's not the kind of love that you are expecting to receive. And so therefore disappointment occurs, which leads to the conflict, which leads to you not being able to see eye to eye with someone. At the bottom of the reading is you determining that you're going to move away from something and move towards a new opportunity. You're leaving the past in the past and embracing the future. And at the top of the reading, we see the Strength card, which is your passion for who you truly are within your heart in terms of your animal instinct, expressing what is very important for you. The oncoming influence is the World, which is trying so hard to fit in and trying so hard to connect with the world at large and find success at the world at large. I think that your world is fundamentally changing, particularly with regard to your primary relationships. This may be a readjustment of roles within the family, or it could be a spontaneous love relationship that comes up and shakes up your life that you hadn't expected. The Tower represents abrupt love for some people in certain circumstances, and here you are getting the Lover's card. So love and relationships and also family becomes really important. I think you're moving away from some beginning idea and moving into the totality of experience. I think that maybe some primary relationship disintegrated for you in the recent past. It's not going to disintegrate for you in May. And I think you're being very selective about which way to go. Again, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trumps in the 10 card reading, so there's a significant amount of influence that's pressing down on you. I think you're hoping for a new relationship to come up right away. You just want to transition to something new in a new direction, but I think ultimately you will have to have some time to think about what is important for you and which direction you want to take and which direction you want to leave behind. This is a very important step in order to avoid the dissatisfaction and the short-sightedness of previous decisions. I feel as though that the person that you were dealing with in the past was somewhat immature. That person may have been, in terms of like elemental dignity, well suited for you. However, their nature was short-sighted. Their nature was not all-encompassing of everything that you needed. I think at the bottom of the reading is this leaving behind one state of being for another. So you yourself are maturing as well through this process, regardless of how old you are. I think that you have to let go of certain family relationships in order to grow into the world, and that's a big decision in and of itself. How do you exist outside of your community? How do you exist outside of your family and find success? So you have to redefine what your family and brotherhood is and find the appropriate people in those relationships. You may be sending out letters or emails to people who are who you know abroad. These people may create bridges for you in order to make your next steps in travel and exploration. So you may be writing lots of emails and communicating about which step to take next. At the top of the reading is your passion, so you're still driven by an enormous amount of passion and diligence and conviction that you have to go a certain direction, that you have to manifest a certain direction, and that you have to go a certain direction, that you have to take hold a certain direction, and go for a very authentic thing in your life. So going after something that is really true to you. And I think that that has to do with what's going on below the surface, and that is letting go of certain ways of being. Let's see. For some of you, you will find this person come back into your life, but I think that first you're going to have to make some adjustments with regard to what you believe. And I think you have to let go of certain things, misconceptions about what that person was. I feel as though this person was really nice for you, actually. This would have been a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo young person. Could be a young man or a woman. And so this person would have been a nice energy for you in order to support you in your endeavors as you explore. But I think you're in a real exploratory stage, and this step couldn't have been avoided. So you had to have a breakaway moment in order to figure out what's not working for you. A lot of this happens within yourself because you're figuring out what's important and what's not. But a lot of it has to do with like the circumstances of your family life and the expectations about where to go and what is important and what you're going to leave behind. So it's like cleaning out your closet sort of month for you, but I think one full of great success. There might be a job opportunity for some of you that's coming from abroad, and so that may change what your expectations were with regard to home life and family. I think that you feel really on point with regard to who you are in relation to your family members. This is a huge month for you with regard to family and bringing in people close, while at the same time figuring out where your mind is and everything. A lot of this can be happening on the internet, so it doesn't mean that you're actually in proximity to the people with whom you're having those kinds of relationships. Someone might tell you something this month. Someone might tell you something that you are not very expectant of. I think that this is going to be a very raw month in terms of information, raw in the form of truth. One thing about the Five of Cups that's important to note that I've begun recently reading is that the 3 cups that are spilled represent celebration, and it's the 2 cups that are left standing that represent love. So it's up to you to adjust your focus and drop the expectations of over-the-top experiences and just settle into something that is quite temperate and nurturing for you. Because the 3 of Cups it makes the 5 of Cups unstable, right? 5s are unstable. And so you want to bring that down to gratitude for the 2 cups you do have. The same thing goes with the 5 of Swords. I think that you're outdoing yourself, and in outdoing yourself, you spin your wheels. And I feel that this circumstance in which this didn't work out for some of you, this person had to suffer the wrath of you being out of balance. And that's okay, because we all get out of balance sometimes. And you have to have this kind of, oh man, look what I did, look what I have to change about myself, and ultimately this is where I'm going to take things. This is where I really want to be authentic, and this is where I'm going to make things happen for myself. You will find success regardless, and I feel as though this is going to circle right back around for you. Like a lot of people say, oh, karma, but there's good karma too, you know. If even if you're failing in a relationship and you fail well at it, you know, and if you're doing everything justice, then that's good karma, because then it can actually circle around. So think of like a snail shell, you know, it's not all these big loops. It can be very tight loops also of synchronicity. That's when you're getting those instantaneous relationships, and you're still in the lover's grasp, so love and relationships are still there for you. Maybe you guys are on some kind of break, and I think maybe you have to get rid of, you know, some other relationships in your family. That doesn't mean like get rid of them, but maybe like, you know, draw some boundaries, because now you're taking a different path in life, and you have to make yourself autonomous from the people that interject and interrupt what your higher good is. It's really listening to yourself this month, isn't it? Really listening about what's true for you and where your mind is taking you. You're recognizing that some things are not working out, and now you're setting off on a new path towards more success. I feel as though you should call this person if you haven't called them, or if you've left them behind. If you should reach out to this person and integrate them in the future in some way. Not for all of you. I mean, if this person did bad things to you, then you don't want that. But you may find yourself on a lonely road, and this person is very well willing to be there with you if you approach them the right way. So at the top of the reading is really presenting yourself well. I think that you're taking care of yourself well at this time. Anyway, thank you so much for the reading, and we'll see you in June. Take care. Thank you. Bye.